Zoe from the Sling Consultancy and live on the Dorking NCT Facebook page. Good morning, Feature Friday today. We are looking at the Toddler Tula carrier. Now, I haven't shown you the standard Tula we have in the library yet because it's been on hire. And there's a couple of other slings that hopefully we'll get to once they come back in from being on hire. So this is a Toddler Tula, which is quite a large carrier. You can see here, it's quite wide. Okay, and it's quite long in the body in terms of the height of the panel for the back of your child. So generally the Toddler Tula will fit if your child is wearing sort of 2.5 age 3 clothing, compared to sort of the ISME toddler where your child will generally fit in that from around 9 months. So again, the labels on carriers, just because it says it's suitable for a toddler doesn't mean it's going to work from as soon as they're walking. Those sorts of definitions are quite fluid, shall we say. The main difference between this and the Toddler ISME is that this has a much firmer waistband, it has some padding on the legs here, and it is sewn in on the shoulder straps. So this means that this can only be used for either rucksack carry on a front or a standard carry on your back. So you cannot cross the straps on a front carry, which you can do with the ISME carrier. Predominantly because obviously generally with an older child you're more likely to be back carrying. Doesn't mean with the ISME toddler you can do a hip carry, which is much more difficult to do with this carrier. So I'm going to put it on and clip it in. So with this one, the buckle is one-sided, just to one side. That can be more difficult for mobility wise compared to the ISME toddler, which is in the middle and you pull one either side. Also with the ISME with the Tula, it has ridiculously long straps. At the moment mine is elastic banded up, but you'll see on the shoulder straps these are really quite long. This is also really frustrating if you have it up all the way tight, which I will do, and then you roll them up and there's a little elastic band at the end. So you sort of roll it, and you've got your little elastic that just flips over it, and it just stops this being ridiculously long like a tail, depending on the size of the wearer, obviously. So we've also got the little adjustment here, so that just cinches the top of the shoulder strap. It doesn't actually do anything to the body of the carrier. How you get your child on your back is going to depend on how often they're back carried, their mood, whether they want to be carried or not. So there's lots of considerations for that one. With this kind of carrier, I typically show the walk like an Egyptian method. This is also your chest strap, which moves up and down on the back. Generally, if I'm going from a front carrier to a back carrier, I will need to move it down. On my front, baby's going to typically be lower on my body because of my landscape. Obviously on my back, I want the baby to be a little bit higher so that their head is level here rather than here. So that does need to move up and down, and it's a little bit tricky to move up and down. It does go up and down, you just move it on this strap. Okay, so I've got this all tied in. I've got my hood that clips on, or you can, if you don't want to do that, you can literally just unclip that. Just pop that. There's a little pocket on the front, otherwise it might get lost. So this is my biggest doll, which is going to be probably far too small for this carrier. What you're looking for with this carrier is that your baby's legs are going straight down, not overextending. Okay, so have your chest strap or accessory strap done up, put it over your head, and then take your arms out the side, supporting whilst you're doing that. Again, it can be prone to doing this, which is just twisted, so you can just untwist that before you pop it on. You'll find that a bit easier. So pop that one on. Just check that your strap is all where it should be. Once we've got twisted up. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to need to hip scoot round. So the way that we do that is we take one arm up, and then one arm will go down. Okay, so now we have the carrier still on our body, all clipped in, ready to go round on our body, the side that has come off the shoulder strap. So breathe in, grab the waistband and twist as far as you can go. Move your strap. When you can't go any further, arm comes over, supports. Okay, keep going round. Okay, holding baby, holding the shoulder straps, not the chest strap, and then put your arms in, holding the tension so the baby doesn't flop backwards. Okay, so there we go. Holding these while you tighten. So with this, it's always going to be a backwards motion, which I do find a little awkward, especially if you need it tight all the way. You end up with these really long dangly pieces. So backwards, like that. Some of them it's a pull forward, so it does vary depending on the carrier. And again, this, you can see this is where this needs adjusting. I pull that all the way up onto my chest. So that's one method of getting your child on your back. There are lots of different ones depending on the age of your child. If your child is sort of 2 years old, you may well just get them to stand, hold on, pull the carrier up their back, supporting them. Lots of different ways to get them out. I tend to hold that, grip it in my armpit, come down, take the carrier down, and then just bring the child round with a hip scoot. Again, if they're older, they'll probably just go down and stand up. It's just finding the method that works for you, and it just takes a little bit of practice. Once you practice these things, your child becomes used to it and it becomes easier. So back carrying is suitable from approximately sort of 5 to 6 months old, depending on the development of your child. Look for your local sling library if you need any support. Yeah, and when I'm not wearing the carrier, I just let it hang like this. It just hangs around me, so I often walk back from nursery, pick up and drop off like this. So if you have any questions, drop them down. Next sling library, we are back the 25th of June, then the 9th of July, and then that's it for the summer. Today I will be at Bookham. We have wrap meet next Friday. So if you have any questions, just let me know.